Member of Parliament from Thiruvananthapuram, Dr. Shashi Tharoor. Dr. Tharoor, welcome to CNN IBN. The Delhi police saying that this is not a raid. What happened at Kerala House was simply them responding to a PCR call. They went there because they wanted to prevent a law and order situation. Do you buy that?
No, I don't, for a simple reason that when you are going into state government property, when you're actually trespassing, without having called the resident commissioner or any official on the spot in advance, to say we have received such a call in the PCR and we would like very much to visit, may we come in, and getting that permission, without doing that, it's tantamount to a raid. When you march into somebody's private property, this is not a public commercial establishment. It is actually a state government property. When you march in like that, what you are doing in effect is conducting a raid. So semantics apart, it was absolutely appalling that we are now a country where beef policing is apparently more important than any of the other things the 20 police officers of Delhi police could have been doing at that time.
Left MPs protested outside the Kerala House today, and Pinarayi Vijayan, the CPIM leader, was there. He said that Oman Jandi's letter basically is not good enough. The letter to the Prime Minister is not good enough. In fact, he went a step further and said that in Kerala, the Congress is in cahoots with the BJP and in the RSS.
Well, look, that's been the CPM's line, because the BJP's rather modest rise is apparently hurting them. I just want to stress right now that as far as we're concerned, we believe the Chief Minister has done the right thing. He has protested in uncompromisingly coherent and clear language. He has made it clear this is unacceptable and asked the Prime Minister and the Home Minister to take action against the errant police officers. And I think we should absolutely leave it that way. As far as Mr. Vijayan is concerned, he should be grateful that this incident will certainly create a backlash against the BJP in the ongoing Kerala elections, because people in Kerala will have no patience for this kind of story, which has made headline news all over the state today. We're going to be voting on the 2nd and 5th of November for panchayats and city councils, and the BJP is going to suffer for this. So Mr. Vijayan should be happy instead of trying to pick fights with the Chief Minister.
So how come there weren't too many Congress MPs today at Kerala House protesting this?
Well, frankly, the fact is that I don't know. I mean, I certainly wasn't convened by the Congress Party coordinator. All I can say is that as far as the left is concerned, they often prefer agitational politics to the politics of argument. I think the Chief Minister did the right thing.
There's something much larger happening here, and Arun Shourie referred to this last night. He basically says there's no change in the BJP government's policy. BJP equals to Congress plus a cow.
Well, the BJP has done much less than the Congress and more when it comes to the cow. All I can say is when you look at the economic transformation of this country under the Congress government, when you look at everything from the RTI to the RTE, the Manrega scheme, when you look at the many, many ways in which the lives of people in this country have been transformed, we're yet to see a single path-breaking thing from this government other than slogans. They talk about make in India, all they promoted is hate in India.
The BJP's argument is that the law which bans slaughter of cows in Delhi, for example, was brought into effect in 1994 when the Congress was in power.
No, but who's talking about slaughtering cows? The Kerala House cafeteria buys its meat directly from NDMC approved outlets. The fact is, in India, when you say beef fry or beef generally, it could be buffalo, it could be water buffalo, it could be ox, it could be bull. It does not mean necessarily cow, and in fact cow meat is relatively rare and difficult to get for all of these reasons. Therefore, for an innocent writing on a menu of beef fry to be interpreted this way is absolutely absurd, but it shows the atmosphere of intolerance and narrow-mindedness that is running rampant ever since this government has come to power. By condoning this kind of intolerant behavior, by letting all these assorted self-appointed senas run absolutely loose and amok, they have essentially allowed the entire climate in which this country functions to be vitiated. And let me tell you, Zaka, there is a far more serious problem emerging from all of this, which is that it's damaging India in the eyes of the world horrendously. It's not just the Western media, which now, if you look at the last month of coverage, the only thing they can write about India is growing intolerance and examples of this. But it's even our own neighbors. I had a Bangladeshi friend visiting who was very pro-Indian. And he was saying, do you realize how difficult our task is now? Because the fundamentalists in Bangladesh are being emboldened by this kind of behavior to say, how can you trust India? India is a Hindu country where Muslims are treated badly and where Muslim rights are trampled upon. I mean, this kind of thing is not a small matter.
Okay.
What is being done today is profoundly anti-national, and I think it should be taken very seriously.
All right. It's also pertinent to point that it comes at a time when India is hosting more than 50 representatives of African countries in the largest Indo-African Forum Summit. We'll have to keep an eye out on what kind of message goes out, not just to the African continent, but like you said, to the international community. Thank you for joining us. Pleasure speaking with you, as always, Dr. Tharoor, Thiruvananthapuram MP from the Congress Party.